Hey guys, Rosie here. So I said I maybe have one more story to give for my paranormal series, and this is it. So this is more weird than creepy, I guess, and it falls under the guise of, let's say, an aircraft mystery. So March 11th, 2011, as you can see, I clearly remember the date. At around 7 p.m., my two children, my mother, and I were going across town to pick up a dinner that we had pre-ordered over the phone. And as we were about to exit the highway, we were on a part of the city where you can see the planes about to land. So since I had seen it many times, I thought it was a plane landing. And I always like to watch the planes land, but it took me a couple minutes to realize this plane was not landing. So when we got to the area where this aircraft was, it was hovering above a store that was closed. This store had been closed for years, and the shops, a few of the shops in that shopping center were also closed, but a few were still open. And since the place was deserted because all of the stores at that time of the night were closed, I mean, it was just hovering there. It was not moving. And then I noticed it wasn't in the shape of an airplane. It was in the shape of a triangle. I mean, it was a triangle. It was a freaking triangle. And to this day, I regret not having taken my camera, because at that time I took my camera everywhere. And on the one night that I choose not to take my camera, we see something. And so this thing had lights blinking on the bottom, and it made no sound. And as my children and my mom and I stared at this thing, all we could say was, "What is that? What is this? What is that?" To this day, I hesitate to call it a UFO because I don't want to be one of, quote unquote, those people. But I can't deny what I saw. None of us can. And so on the way back, we decided to stop at Krispy Kreme, get a dozen donuts. And as I got out of the car to go inside, I look straight up, and there's this bright light in the sky. And, you know, it was way high up there. It wasn't quite as high as the stars, but almost. And then I noticed that it was blinking, and stars don't really blink like that. They twinkle, yes, but they don't blink like that. And it took me a few minutes to take my eyes off of it so I could go inside, but eventually I did go inside. When I came back out, it was gone. We got home, and we could swear that the thing was following us, because as we were going to our downstairs apartment, we stayed on the very bottom level. We looked across the city, because you can kind of see some mountains and, you know, buildings of the city across town. And so as we looked at the stars of the city, we looked up, and above the city, like above the trees, we could see two blinking aircrafts. There were two of them just sitting there, hovering. We never saw those blinking lights before, and we haven't seen them again since. So to this day, we all are wondering, what the heck is it? Since that night, my children have seen it again, or one like it maybe, They said that they were outside with a friend of theirs because they were going to walk her home. But instead of just going straight home, they decided to hang out outside of our apartment complex for a bit. And as they were sitting outside just talking, they look up and this triangular aircraft flew slowly above their heads. And last year, around October, November or so, I can't remember when, it was when my mom was in the hospital. And that night, as we were coming home, all of us were looking up as a plane, or what we thought was a plane, was flying by. And we were just staring at it because we had never seen a plane move that slowly. So we were about to go to our apartment, but I decided to go and see if that plane was still there. I had never seen a plane fly so slowly in all my life. There was a red blinking light on the back of it as if it were a plane, but for a while it just hovered in the sky, and then eventually it started to move, and it just moved so slowly it was creepy almost. And my dad was out there too. He doesn't believe in UFOs, and I don't want to, but it was just it was weird. It is just strange, and sometimes I want to see it again and sometimes I don't. But no matter how many times I think I might want to see it, I never ever want to see who or what is driving it. So if you listen to the story I have here on my channel about the UFO over Seattle, it's not a true story, but it was inspired by something. So yeah, that's my story. And with that, you guys, I might have a small bonus for you. I might as well go ahead and tell it. So I'm in college now, but at this time I was 2 years away from graduating. And I was doing some homework. And as I looked up, I saw my daughter going towards her room. But then I noticed, whenever she goes to her room and she sees me, she'll wave. If she's going past the room to the bathroom, she'll wave or say hi or kiss at me or something. She'll just greet me in some fashion. She won't just not acknowledge me. And so I just kind of casually looked down and started doing my homework again. And when I finished, I went to her doorway and she was just laying there. What I saw had its hair down as if to mimic her in the way she wore her hair. She had her hair in a ponytail. And then I remembered, with the lights on in my room and in the kitchen and in her room, it should have illuminated her face. The face wasn't illuminated, it was just a black silhouette. And so I asked her, "Did you just come to your room a few minutes ago?" And she said, "No, why?" I said, "Nothing." So I came back to my room. And it's not the first time this has happened. The first time it happened was when we lived in the very downstairs apartment. We stay on the middle floor now, level with the parking lot, but at this time we stayed on the downstairs level. And it was like close to 3 p.m. I guess. And at that time my uncles brought my children home from school. As I was watching television, I looked away towards something in my room, and then I noticed this flash of... That day she wore a black tracksuit with the white stripe down the legs and the white stripes on the matching jacket. And that's what I thought I saw go past to her room. But it went so fast. It went by so fast and didn't speak. You know, it had the hair down like she wore it that day. And, you know, I thought I saw her backpack and everything, but when I stopped and thought about it, I said, hello? And because I thought it was her. I mean, I thought it was her. And when I stopped and thought about it, this this image didn't stop to speak to me, and I heard nothing as it went past my room. I heard nothing. There was no sound, period. There was no sound. No footsteps, no swishing of pants legs or purses or backpacks. There was nothing. And my other child, AJ, did not go past with her. So, and I've grown so accustomed to seeing something go past my room. Sometimes it'll seem so real that I'll have to look twice. And other times it's just like, oh man, I saw another one. So, I mean, it gets freaky and creepy and weird at times. And to grow accustomed to seeing something like that is not something that I ever wanted. So I pray that when we move out of here, I never see anything like this again, because I don't like it. And so that's it for my paranormal experiences. If I think of something else, I will definitely let you guys know. But for now, I hope you guys enjoy this series, and I love you guys and hope to see you on the next upload. Bye.